What's up, everyone? Tara will be with us in just a second. How are y'all doing tonight? Blinds are bright. All right, gonna give it a little bit of time for everybody to kind of jump on here. Give it a couple of minutes. Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, I like this shirt. My mom got it for me at the Brad Barton festival or event that he put on in Kentucky. So I don't know if anybody follows Brad Barton on here, but he's a truther that puts out a lot of stuff. So lives out of Chattanooga. Been holding a lot of events in places around Georgia, Chattanooga, Kentucky. So brings a lot of doctors and pastors on to talk about stuff. So,
hi everyone. Time crept up on me.
Yeah, we've been busy, guys. Filing this stuff takes a lot of time, and still trying to talk to people on the phone. So, you know, yeah, it might get me kicked out of Starbucks. I wear all my shirts. I wear my Let's Go Brandon. I wear my my Second Amendment. I wear all kinds of shirts everywhere. Nobody really says much. So if you sent your payment, we'll get it. So I've got a running list of the payments. I'll talk about that. Somebody had asked a question about how where those payments are going. So once everybody gets on, I'll kind of give an update on how those are actually kept. So what's up, Mr. Bowen? All right, guys, let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and get started with prayer and get into what we're going to discuss tonight. So, you want to join us?
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you in prayer this evening, and we just thank you so much for this time together. Lord Jesus, we ask that you would come into this group, that you would speak to us, and that you would speak through Drew and I. Have us to educate on the things that you want our group to know. And Lord Jesus, may you help each one of us learn from each other, as we all know different things, and we can all partner together to further your kingdom and the plan that you have for our lives of freedom, Lord Jesus. And we just ask that you would lift us up tonight and be with us as we go through this next hour and a half. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit on the.
Let me do this first.
Okay, never mind. Tara's interrupted.
I'm interrupting for a second.
That way she'll remember what she's supposed to talk about.
Yes, because I really do forget. Oh my goodness, I forget. Age is starting to take a toll, and then all of y'all and all your paperwork is taking a toll on my memory. So God bless me. But this morning, God always speaks to me through reading, and it doesn't matter what I read. I can read whatever, and when there's a message, there's a message. It's always through reading for me. So I just wanted to share what I opened a book today and started reading, and you know, as my nerves kind of start to take a toll and some anxiety starts to take a toll on me with all of this going on. Though I believe God has us here for a reason, I also, you know, have Satan creep in every once in a while and try to steal my joy. So this morning I opened a book, and here's what he had to say. Right now, Patriot workers, and this applies to all of you. This is a message not just for me, but I feel like it applies to all of us. So that's why I'm sharing it tonight. Right now, Patriot workers are being encouraged to become involved and use their gifts to facilitate this Republic plan. We are being encouraged to use the love and light within us to come up with personal and government projects to ensure the use of funds for the good of all mankind. You are being asked to conceive of projects that you feel are worthy pursuits to help and educate all the people of the world, to help to restore the beauty and magnificence of the world. If you had unlimited resources, what would you do? You have been prepared for this mission. Now is the time to get busy and make it happen. You are encouraged to ask for guidance, use your personal interests and skills to develop projects to help bring all of mankind into the light. We have been told over and over that God is not going to do this for us. There's not going to be a magical solution to all of the world's problems. We are the warriors of light and love. Now is the time to get to work. Think about it. How do you think we were going to make a difference? This is but one part of the overall plan. The elements of love and light are with you, encouraging you every step of the way. Listen to your heart, and it will guide you upon your path. You will instinctively know what to do at the right time. And the collapse of the dark cabal is imminent. Your time to really shine has come. So that's what God shared with me in a page of the book I was reading today. And it was absolutely the most fitting thing for how I was feeling and kind of my anxiety through this process. So I hope that that also speaks to you, because it applies to all of us. Sorry.
Oh. So I mean, you know, we're all trying to go through this process, and God's speaking to all of us and working with all of us to go through this journey, guys. So what I wanted to touch on, and what somebody had sent me a message wanting to know what we were doing with or where the money was being kept from the Cash App or the Venmo. I don't take it out of the app. I actually have a Venmo and a Cash App card, thanks to my children this summer showing me that I could actually get one. And I could Cash App them. I could put Cash App in there and actually use it as a debit card. So when y'all send me the money, we write down a running list. And as we pay for your OID, we mark it off. So the money never leaves Cash App. It never leaves Venmo. So Zelle, that's in a separate account that Tara has. So if we pay for it from Zelle, we use that account. But all of the money stays in that app. So I have a Venmo card. I have a Zelle card. Tara has I have a Venmo and a Cash App. Tara has a Venmo and a Cash App. So the money stays there. When we pay for it, we cross it off the list. So we've got that. Other things that we're working with, we've been on the phone with the moderators and still trying to streamline this process, guys. The lady the couple that have been helping us with the emails, she was up till 5 this morning, woke up, had 800 emails still to go through. Woke up, had 1,300 emails. That's just in the one account. I still have, I don't know how many to go through that I'm trying to catch up on, respond to. Tara had 300 or 400 this morning that in her other Jarrett Realtor account. So guys, we are moving as fast as we can with this. We don't want mistakes. Okay. As we're filing things, putting together packets, I go to the post office and get certified things. They're only giving me 5 at a time. They don't have a lot of them. So I've got stacks, but as soon as I get certified mail things, so I can give to you guys a receipt, then you'll get your copy of your receipt. But yeah, our post office doesn't carry a lot of them. I asked for a bunch, they'll give me 5. They might give me 7, but they've not had a whole lot of them for a long time. And so they're pretty stingy with them right now. So, you know, as we get them, we're getting them out, but we've got a bunch filed. We just have to get the packets together and get you the thing. Just remember, funds aren't released for 10 business days that we know of. That's what we've seen from people. As far as we've seen, they've sent me screenshots of when their 1099-A was accepted. There was a way to look, and it showed funds will be released 10 business days from acceptance. So, you know, we don't know how long it's going to take to get the money after that 10 business days. So we're still kind of in a trial and error thing. And once we get some things down pat and we get it running smooth, then, and we know for sure when money's going to come in, we can streamline this even more. I mean, you guys, you know, this is all grassroots movement. I mean, and you know, we were willing to become the trustee, and it's a job. It is. I think yesterday I was sick. Yesterday afternoon, there's some kind of stomach bug going around. So I ended up passing out about 2:30 yesterday afternoon. And if my mom wouldn't have called, I would have never woke up. She actually called, and it woke me up because I don't normally startle me because she called. I don't talk to him that often. Normally it's by text. And so when she called me, it kind of startled me, woke me up. But yeah, so we're working as quick as we can with it, but we are going to streamline some things. We're on the phone with the moderators. We're going to try to make the Telegram group into different groups. We're going to put different folders in there. We're going to do it for people that are brand new and do not understand the process or have very little knowledge of the process. So we can get them move them into their own group and chat. We're going to get people that understand the process and, you know, maybe just need the contract, or they're still trying to learn a few things. We'll, you know, get them into a group. So we get the contract. So we get the, you know, 1099-A, and then y'all can put those in the chat, guys. Or actually you can DM me in Telegram. I can find them, come to find out. I can find them a lot easier in Telegram in my chats than I can in the emails. Especially when I go back into an email when I left off and it's buried with another 50 or 75 emails. And then I have to go back through everything and figure out where I left off. So we're trying to streamline it. We're trying to make it simpler, not just for us, but for you guys. We'll create folders for child support, for tax issues, for foreclosures. That way we can get to you guys easier instead of going through all the emails. And then the moderators can help. We're able to work more in that aspect with everybody being able to get in and help find the stuff easier and get it to us so that, you know, we're not getting behind as much. So
somebody said you can order certified mail offline and have it shipped to your house for free. I know that you can do that. Our mailman, since the incident last week of him not delivering our mail with the free mail, he will not bring anything to our door now. So if we order something, we're having to go to the post office and pick it up. And then today we went to pick it up and they sent someone different to bring it to us. So it's back and forth. It's a nightmare right now. But our mailman will not deliver anything USPS to our door. So if you do have certified mail slips or anything like that, please, we could use some. Absolutely, we could use some because our area has none, or at least they're not willing to share many. Anyway,
we have, you know, we're going to try to get, like I said, we're trying to catch up everybody, at least through last week and into the first part of this week to have done tomorrow, Friday. We're not accepting any phone calls, guys. No phone calls, no text messages. I can't text and talk and take phone calls and get the paperwork done. So we're going to try to get everybody done so that by Monday, only people that are left are what's come in from like maybe tonight through the weekend, guys. And then we'll go from there. But it is a process. I mean, there's a whole lot that we have to do and verify and make sure, finding the agreements. And that's another thing. I put the agreement back out on Telegram today. So it should be out there. You should be able to use it right now from Telegram. There is a guy that's working on it to make it where you can actually edit the date inside of it, and you can type in your Strawman name, and then you'll have to print it off and sign it, but and then get it back to us. But you can, once you do that, you can actually put it in Telegram into the chat, and I can find it easier, like I said, than doing it on email, especially with everybody sending so many emails.
So tonight we're going to go through a little bit. Let me see what to-do list I had. If you're emailing us with questions on how to file the 1099-A and the process, please, 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 please refer to people in Telegram. If you're texting me or if you're emailing me, because now my text messages are so bogged up that I'm not even getting personal phone calls from my family because there's no space left. So if you're sending me text messages to ask me how to do the process or what to do now with the 1099-A and basic questions, please refer to Telegram so that we can free up some email space and some of my phone space. If you're texting us to get a status update on where you are, if you have not received a certified mailing label, we're not done with your stuff. We're filing the OIDs online. Okay, that's the first step. We're going to file the OIDs online so that process is done and everything's in motion. And then we're putting the packets together. We are doing all the forms, putting the packets together, building our folders, putting them online into the encrypted folders and stuff like that. But if you're asking me for a status update, I don't have a status update for you other than we're working on it, unless you have received a certified mailing label, which I'm sending quite a few of those out tonight after the live. Let's see. If you are, let's see, one of the other questions am I getting? We are going to look at what you're wanting to purchase, and if it's really, really high, if we're talking about, I know some areas are high. I know California is expensive. I know land and stuff in Montana and places like that are expensive, Hawaii, whatever. I understand that those places are expensive. So is Austin right down the road from us, very expensive, especially if you're trying to get a lake property. But we are asking to please be reasonable with what you're asking for. We have some people that are really being, I don't want to say necessarily greedy. I think everyone on here is worthy. I think all of us are worthy of nice, fancy things, okay? But I have to sign my name to it. And I'm not going to sign my name to something I'm not comfortable with. That I'm just not. And so if that offends anyone, I'm sorry. We might not be the trustee to work with you. We wish you well. You can stay here and learn from us. But if you're looking for something that's going to make me uncomfortable in the process, then I'm going to let you know that we might not be able to work together on that property. I'm not going to tell you the limit. I'm not going to put a limit on it because I understand certain places you can justify certain things, but just please be aware of that. And let's see. Trying to think what other questions.
Hey, Scotty Dog, the agreement's back in Telegram. We had taken it down because people were altering it. And that's another thing. If you are able to alter it, once it goes back in it, and you do alter it, we will no longer work with you. Is all that it needs to be done is your name, Strawman name, beneficiary name, and you need to sign it. Because if it's been changed in any way, we're going to be done with it, because that's protecting us as well as you during this process.
You will get an executed copy back. We'll sign that, and when we send your certified copy of your mailing label to you, we'll send back an executed contract from us. Drew and I are both signing off on those. But we're not going to sign them prior to. I want to make sure that no one's altered them, because it's been a problem. And I will not, like he said, we will not work with someone that's going to alter our documents. That's just not going to happen. We're doing something out of the goodness of our hearts to help you. And if you don't agree to our terms, then we can't help you. So, let's see, if we've had some things in the Telegram. There's people scamming in our Telegram. They've been reported. They have taken our picture from our lives. They have created an account. They have called themselves Jarrett Realty Investors. They are charging $200 from what I heard last. That's not us. That's not us. We don't take our picture from Telegram and create a made-up channel. But apparently you can get an educational thing from them for $200 if that's none of you need to be scammed into that. That's not us.
They say it's a master class, I guess. And they're but if you look at it in the description, it says for a section, not a session. So they don't even know how to spell in to book something or in the description, guys. So be careful with all that. I've also heard there's a lady charging $1,500. It's still going on. She's not helping anybody. She's just taking your money and moving on. Car's gone before. Car's probably never even there. So y'all just be careful with the scams. Like we said, we're not, our educational information and the things we're trying to do to help everybody is for free. The only time we're actually even taking anything is when the money comes in and we go to close with you guys to close on a property, to close on a car, to be the trustee in that situation.
And even in that situation, the 5% that we're asking for, I mean, even under NACERA law, when it rolls out, there's going to be a corporate tax. So we're going to be taxed on it to some degree. So the 5% is accounting for that, for helping with the deal, for negotiating everything if you need us to, with the realtor once the funds are in, for wiring money over to title, which is not just me. I have some people that have financial backgrounds that are have secure systems that are going to help me with that when that time comes. But this is to pay other people that are going to need to help us, and also, for taxes and stuff like that. So we're not just profiting the 5% either. There's some behind the scenes people that are working very hard to make this happen with us. So let's see. And then also, be very careful of scammers, because they're probably going to change it up, and they're going to try to do something different. If anybody's asking you for money, please don't give them money, because you're going to lose your money. Also, if you're calling Drew or I, or you're texting us, emailing us, and asking us for us to reach out and contact your realtor, we're not going to reach out and contact a realtor at this point, okay? If you have earnest money that you want to put down that you're willing to lose, if the money doesn't come in, then we'll negotiate the deal for you. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel like it's the smart thing to do at all. I think that some people are real excited, as am I. And But I think that we need to slow that process of the way of thinking down and realize that once we have the funds, we have the money to go and do what we want to do. Okay. But until then, it's very hard for me to negotiate a 60-day close. It's very hard for me to negotiate no earnest money down, which I'm not going to win on most of the time. And I'm not willing to represent you to lose your money and then that go against me, because I have a fiduciary duty and a fiduciary responsibility to represent you in the right manner. And that is not the right manner, in my opinion, unless you have the money that you could possibly lose. So my fiduciary duty is to let you know that I don't advise that. If you want proof of fund, I don't have proof of funds to give you, okay? Until the money comes in, there's no proof of funds. You can take them, copy B, and show that it's been accepted or approved or whatever you have that has come in, that shows it has been approved or accepted, and you can show them that. And if they're willing to take that and that's your proof of funds and they want to show you property based on that, that's perfectly fine. But if you tell me to call my realtor and tell them that I have proof of funds, we don't have proof of funds until we have funds. I just wanted to, because these are some of the questions that we get on a daily basis. And whether it be by text or by email, we just can't negotiate a deal for you, in the right manner if we don't have funds to be able to say we have their funds. And
the earnest money can be refundable, guys, but there's certain stipulations on refunding it. You got to fall within the guidelines of the contract. Sometimes if you negotiate a 15-day option period, and within that 15-day option period, you find there's something wrong with the house, and you can get out of the contract to get the earnest money down or get the earnest money back. And yeah, if you want to work with your own agent, that's great. And if they want to negotiate a refundable earnest money or can get you a deal, just make sure that they're getting you a long close date so that you can make sure you get the money in. Because like we said, we honestly do not know how long the money is going to take for the money to come in. Just like it says on the thing, 10 business days from the time that it's approved. Well, we're not at the 10 business days on anybody's yet that we've sent in for approval. So guys, we're kind of in limbo on when it comes in. I heard Chris Hauser talk last night saying that if you've hit day 50, give it 10 more days. If you haven't heard anything, you can call
they can't,
but we can call the Treasury and ask them the status and find out what's going on. So that tells me right there, oh, he's saying 60 days. If you haven't heard, then you can call. So, is that 60 business days? Is that 60 calendar days? That's still kind of an up in the air thing. I think it's more toward the 60 business days on how the Treasury and the IRS works.
That, and let me jump in on the earnest money thing. I don't know of anyone that does a refundable earnest money, unless it's a for sale by owner. If it is someone that selling the property, something like that. But most real estate deals, there's no refundable earnest money. And here's the deal. You're asking them to pull their house off of the market to not possibly sell it to someone else for 60 days. Okay? Not only does the person selling the property have to be okay with that, but the realtor has to be okay with that, because that's how they get paid. So you're asking them now to wait 60 days for their money. Not only that, but their reputation is on the line too, because the amount of time you have a property listed goes against you too. They look and say, wow, this person doesn't get houses sold very quickly. Her record isn't very good because she doesn't get houses closed for 60 to 80 days. So there's a lot of factors that go into that. You're asking them to let me put up a refundable earnest money. that's saying it might not close. Okay. And then you're going to go out here and say, we're paying from a Cestacade trust with our 1099A, and it's going to take 60 days. Okay. What if it takes 65? What if it takes 70 days? What you're doing is messing that up for everyone, because you're making it look like we don't know what we're doing, that we're scamming people in some type of way, and that these people that come with you with a 1099A aren't going to close. They're not going to close, and that's a reputation you're going to give us. Okay, that's not the reputation we're trying to have here. We want to do it the right way, and the right way is to be patient, wait, and let God lead you to a house when the funds come in. And that's my responsibility to you. That's my fiduciary responsibility to you if I'm representing you. So I think that y'all need to think about that. There's a lot of people that are just have their foot on the gas very quickly. And there's some things that you need to understand with this process. If I come to you and tell you to explain to me, what does a straw man mean? If you can't answer that question fully, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Okay? If you don't understand the Cestacade Trust and how all that was designed and how we are where we are today, and then the Treasury or the IRS or somebody comes and asks you, what are you trying to do? If you can't identify who you are, you're in a world of hurt, okay? Because this process has to do with your corporate entity that they created for you, your straw man, okay? They created your birth certificate. They gave you an account number, your social security number. They designed a trust for you, okay, that they hid from you, and it's created the fraud. They have the all caps name, your straw man. That's your corporate entity. If you don't understand the difference between that and you as a living person, you really need to educate yourself, because those are two different things. Okay. When you get a ticket, when you get a driver's license, when you get registration, when you get a real estate license, a medical license, insurance license, any type of professional license, they're doing it in your straw man name. They're not doing it in your beneficiary name. They're doing it in your straw man name. So you need to understand the difference in common law and admiralty law, maritime law. You need to understand the difference in straw man and beneficiary very strongly. Anything to add to that?
No.
If you don't understand that, then please let me know that you want more education on that. I know that a lot of us are here because we know that, but there are some people, I can promise you, that I have seen and talked to, whether it be by text, email, or telegram, that don't know who they are. And that's a very important thing. So, especially in this process, because if you can identify who you are, then we have no issues here going forward. You know what you're doing, and you know who you are, and you know that there's time involved in this process. But if you're out here saying, oh my goodness, I found out that I can go follow Drew and Tara on YouTube, and they're telling me how I can get a house and how I can get a car, and now I can go and get one, and I don't have to. No, slow down. You need to understand the process. Okay. And
little Zach, yeah, we need results. You need to have patience too, because here's the deal. The people that have possibly had results no longer come onto the groups and actually show their results. They just disappear. So I mean, you know, you can join another group and catch their wave and figure it out. I mean, I'm not worried about that, but here's the deal. We're trying to get results. Everybody talks about this process and how you can use it to do this and that, but I've not seen anybody pop in here and show their house that they just bought with a 1099A, or their cars that they just bought with a 1099A. Y'all talk game, but nobody has it and nobody shows it. So until the proof comes out, you know, and we see it and we know the process works, we're all talking about it. but we're the ones that are willing to be the trustees in the situation and actually file the paperwork to get the funds to see if it's going to work, because your dealership's not doing it. Your title companies aren't doing it. Your RV dealers aren't doing it. So, so yeah, we're looking for proof. We're wanting to see the proof. We're wanting to show the proof. We're wanting the results. And if you don't want to have patience, then this channel is not for you.
Yeah, there's some people that honestly, the level of disrespect that we've seen over the last few days in Telegram and on our emails is incredible. Okay. And the frustration is getting heavier by the day because, everybody wants it done next week, or can you get it done next week? We're doing the best we can do. Okay. We can't get it done right away. This is a process. This is a process to get the funds in. It's a process to do the paperwork right. And if you don't want to wait for us, then, I've heard that there's trustees out there that are willing to work with other people. And that might be what you need to do, because I'm not going to rush our process and mess up something for all of us to help one person. That's just not how I operate.
You can get the agreement on Telegram, guys. It's back on there again. Yes, please send it in a PDF to us, either on Telegram or, in the DMs on Telegram, or you can send it to our email. If you're not on Telegram, send me an email and I'll just email you the agreement. It should have been pinned in the Telegram. I put it back on there this morning or this afternoon. So it should have got pinned in there, unless it got taken down again. We didn't take it down. So somebody said something about conditional acceptance. Yeah, we've written several conditional acceptances. We haven't heard anything back on any of them, guys. Now it's time for us to, do the liens, which we haven't had time to do because we've been trying to work with you guys to get everything done to help you out. So, but yeah, we've done several conditional acceptances. I need to put a couple of CAs in the Telegram for y'all to do. I do have a accept for value letter that needs to go in there. So, those have got to go in there.
We haven't seen results from that. They're not saying, but partly probably because we haven't done our part in leaning them like we need to. I think it's going to take leaning people to get the word out. If enough people do the liens on these corporate companies. I know several people within Chris's channel that were fighting regional acceptance. If we all leaned them, imagine the difference in what that would do to their corporation. But I'm guilty of not taking the time to do that. I've been steady working on your paperwork and doing this kind of stuff, and I haven't been taking care of our stuff the way that I need to. But I believe that leaning people that have not done what they need to do based on our conditional acceptances is where it's going to be to get our word out. But I did put I created a new letter today, and it was, you can go and look at it. I put it up on Telegram and shared it with the group so that if you want to go fight some debt and you've sent in the conditional acceptance and you've, like us, sent in payments in different instruments that haven't been returned back to you because, they're not going to return them to you. They're going to keep your instruments and they're not going to pay off your debt. So I did do another letter in there today, and it basically said, because I've gotten mail back from random people. I asked for the CEO to respond to me, not random people at the company. Okay. I did not say, hey, gatekeeper, this is for you. I said, CEO, this is for you. But yet the gatekeeper wants to send the letter back to me with stuff that didn't even answer my conditional acceptance. Okay. Just random stuff that we don't take this payment or this type of payment, but then they didn't send the payment back. So technically they took it. I have that document in there that you can look at. It also says that if anyone besides the CEO or acting CEO responds to me, that it will be considered obstruction of mail and mail tampering. And I quoted the 18 USC codes on that letter. So, and definitely stated that if they tamper with the mail, that they will be named in the lien. So that they will personally be named in the lien. So hopefully that will trigger something. If not, I mean, all we can do is lien them after the fact. They're not paying off our debts. We're sending in instruments. They're keeping them. So the only other thing we can do is lien them. And if we come together as a group, and we probably all have credit cards in the same places, we have car loans from the same companies. If enough of us get together and lien them, imagine what that will do to their company. So sometimes it takes those types of, letters and those types of, measures to get the point across that, we did pay our stuff. So I also put in there that you've been reporting on my credit report, defamation of character. If I paid it and you didn't report it paid off, so that they can correct that too. So I don't know if you want to use that letter. It's a PDF. You're going to have to retype it, but I gave you the letter. I heard there was a typo in it. Sorry, I was rushing through it in between your paperwork, but I promised some people that I would put that out, and I wanted to get that out there for you. And I actually mailed mine off today also. So
if y'all look, Virginia posted a thing. J-Lo and Ben Affleck lost millions in earnest money. So see, it's not they had millions to just lose. So guys, that's the thing that we're trying not to put y'all in, and in situations where you're going to put money down and lose that earnest money. Yes, there's always closing costs on land. There's closing costs on buying a house or just buying property, guys, especially if it goes through a title company for them to do all the legal paperwork.
We're not, someone said, are we charging money through Cash App? No. If you want your OID filed online, we can't eat that cost for all of the people that we're helping. So if you want your OID filed online, we need the $3 to be able to do that. But no, other than that, we're not charging anything on Cash App. So if you're getting something saying otherwise, that's not from us.
So yeah, you can get the funds first. Pick out what you're looking for, price point wise. Add all your stuff into it, your fees, your closing cost, moving expense, and then fill out your 1099-A with that price. If you're looking for $500,000 house and all your fees and all your stuff, your 1099-A will be $700,000 in number 2, and then 4 will be your fair market value of $500,000. And then when your money comes in, then we'll go, hey, your funds are in, go look for a house, find your realtor, get the house under contract, and we'll submit everything to the title company for closing. Then you can actually do a cash deal. You got, you can basically say, I can close in 10 days. I can close in 15 days. I don't need an inspection. I don't need an appraisal because, I'm paying cash and it's, we're good with everything. So,
so has anyone ever, I guess we've all heard that we're all waiting on NACERA to hit, right? We've all been wanting NACERA to hit so that it'll erase our debts and things like this. But I don't know how many of you have really heard about what NACERA is going to do and how it's going to benefit us. So I thought I would share that with you tonight. So when NACERA actually gets announced, okay, whenever that might be, we're all waiting on it. We've been waiting on it for a long time. It's going to zero out all your credit cards, your mortgages, any bank debt due, to illegal banking and investment activities. That's the Federal Reserve's worst nightmare to happen. So forgiveness of all debt. It abolishes the income tax. It's going to abolish the IRS. Everything's going to be transferred from the IRS to the U.S. Treasury with a national sales tax. Okay, we won't have income tax. We'll have a national sales tax. So that's what I'm saying with you here. Even if NESARA hits, corporations will still have a national tax. So I'm taking the 5% and I'm covering myself on what the national tax, if NESARA were to hit, or what that means for our company out of that. It'll create a 14% flat rate on non-essential items only. Sales tax revenue for the government. So it'll be new items only that will be taxed. Food, medicine will not be taxed, nor will used items like old homes. So if you get a home that's already been lived in, there won't be any tax on that with NESARA. It increases benefits for senior citizens. It returns this to constitutional law. All courts and all legal matters will fall under constitutional law again. It reinstates the original title of nobility amendment. Hundreds of thousands of Americans under the control of foreign powers will lose their citizenship. Millions will discover that their college degrees are now worthless paper. Okay. So like we've been saying, under common law and constitutional law, you don't have to have a license. Licenses are very much under the United States corporation and how they operate. So if you know how to do your trade, you're allowed to do your trade under constitutional law. Well, NESARA is going to take you back to that. And some of the college degrees you have are going to be worthless. So it establishes new presidential and congressional elections within 120 days after NESARA's announcement. The interim government will cancel all national emergencies and return us back to constitutional law. It monitors elections and prevents illegal election activities and special interest groups, okay? It creates a new U.S. Treasury rainbow currency, which we've all heard about. It's going to be backed by gold, silver, and precious metals. It'll end the bankruptcy from 1933. It forbids the sale of our American birth certificates for chattel, okay, and property bonds. It initiates the U.S. Treasury bank system in alignment with constitutional law. It eliminates the Federal Reserve System during the transition period. The Federal Reserve will be allowed to operate side by side with the Treasury for 1 year, okay, in order to remove all federal notes from the money supply. It restores financial privacy. It's going to cease all aggressive U.S. government military actions worldwide. I know a lot of you know this. I just thought this was interesting for those that didn't know this. It retrains all judges and attorneys under constitutional law. It establishes peace throughout the world. It releases enormous sums of money for humanitarian purposes. It's going to enable the release of over 6,000 patents. This is real exciting. Real exciting. It's going to enable the release of over 6,000 patents of suppressed technologies that are being withheld from the public under the guise of national security, including free energy devices, anti-gravity and sonic healing machines. So we have a lot to look forward to when this era rolls out. Okay.
And guys, we're not going to cut people off that need our help. But we are going to try to break things down so that we have people that are just now understanding this stuff or just now learning it. They're in their own little group and learning the process. I think a lot of people jump the gun when you look at it. You know, there's a lot of people who jump the gun and, oh, I can fill this out and get this done, but things are backwards. You know, so you got to learn the process. Yes, I agree. And we're going to try to get it so that there's multiple groups within the group so that so that we're not, y'all aren't all having to teach the process to everybody while you're trying to, learn other stuff and get information or get answers, guys. So, has anyone got a house yet? We've got 5 under contract with titles right now, title companies right now. We're just waiting on the money to come in. Everything's been submitted. Everything's been done. Title companies have received what they're supposed to get. Now it's just getting the funds in, guys. And that's the long part. We have no idea exactly when the money's going to come in. Because all you ever heard was 45 to 60 days. Now we see, 10 business days after acceptance. Well, okay, so now we're at day 4, but our day 5 for hours, but then we're going to lose a day because of Good Friday, because it's business days. It's not your regular days. It's 10 business days. So, there's all kinds of questions. There's all kinds of stuff in the air. And I know people have been asking, have been sending me stuff on the EFTPS and all these other little things. We've been looking into a lot of that stuff. We've sent emails out to ask questions to find out, if this will help us get funds faster. We're waiting on replies. A lot of the stuff that I've looked into that people have sent me is a way to pay your taxes, not a way to get money unless there's a backdoor in that we don't know about. So, we're asking questions. We're trying to find out the process and get the funds faster.
Our company is registered with the DMV. It has been for a while. I didn't just recently do that. I've had a DMV number for over a year, probably longer than that for a couple of my companies. So we've already got that process going, but.
Yeah, we did the sam.gov. That was basically just changing it from the DMV over to their system.
But until I have a conversation where they tell me that my company can do this and this is how to do it, and I have calls in, I've made calls, I've talked to people. We're not a financial institution, okay? We're a holding company as trustees, putting money into escrow for you. And releasing funds and funding deals for homes and auto, RVs, that type of thing, to contractors, whatever the case may be. But we're not a financial institution. So we don't operate, and they don't allow us to operate like a financial institution because we aren't one. So I'm not going to tell you that we can get your funds faster. That would be misleading you, and that would not be, that's not the direction that I go. We're looking into how we can get them faster, but until now, we're going forward with the process that we're telling you until someone tells us otherwise. We're not going to give false hope that we can get them faster.
No, Oliver, I don't think that if NESARA ends the bankruptcy, this is going to end the 1099-A process. We really think that the reason the 1099-A is being able to go through is because this is a part of the way for you guys to access your funds with NESARA.
Yeah. I think that NESARA, we've heard that NESARA has partially kicked off behind the scenes and the quantum financial system is partly in play. I don't know if that's true. I just know that a lot of truthers have said that the quantum financial system is partly in play right now and it hasn't fully been announced. I just don't know that we would have been led to where we are right now by God if there wasn't a purpose. And I believe that the purpose is because that has behind the scenes started playing out. And now we're allowed to do a 1099-A for payment. I just don't know that 5 years ago we would have been able to do this. I feel like we would have gotten, not approved, rejected, whatever you want to say. Had we submitted this before? I know that I watched Patrick Devine. I think he passed away in 2017 or 2018. He was doing things with the 1099-C back in 2014, but that's a different thing. That's canceling the debt. He wasn't talking much about the 1099-A. A lot of his stuff was based on the 1099-C and filing UCC-1s. I haven't watched all of his stuff, but I watched quite a bit of it. And I really believe that, we're here for this time for a reason. And I believe that might be why. I can't confirm that. I don't have any intel to confirm that at all whatsoever, but that's what I feel. And I've had some other people that, kind of have felt the same way. So
we're checking into that with the Dunn's account, guys.
If anybody, see, we have a lot of people that tell us what we need to do, but they can't tell us for sure what we need to do. So we've had a lot of people reach out to us and tell us that they know how to get the money faster. And then they give me information on calling, the different agencies and things like that, which I've done. But I haven't, I've had a lot of people that want to share how to do it, and I've listened to them, but I haven't gotten confirmation from the people that I've talked to that I can do that yet. So if you really, really know a better way, then please give me a long text of how to do it, because I wasted, some phone calls on trying to learn. Some of you have helped me. Some of you have definitely helped me in the right direction. But I haven't got the method, the silver bullet to getting the money in 3 days.
Nobody answer me.
The website that I was telling you to look up was treasurydirect.gov. Treasurydirect.gov to look up bonds. I don't know how accurate the calculator is not accurate. It's not accurate, but if you're trying to tell someone that they didn't create a bond on you, it's just a way for the people that aren't awake, that are trying to partially get there. It's just a way for you to get them to see there is a bond on you. Okay. It's a little eye-opening to people that aren't awake yet. I use it more for look and let me show you that this is true. Let's put in your number and see what comes up. It's more of a let me prove it to you in this type of way. It's not to see what you're worth or anything like that, because it's not accurate.
Yeah, 1099-C is to cancel your debt. The business is supposed to file that. I mean, you can call them up and tell them it's in their best interest to file a 1099-C because they've been dipping into your trust, taking the money. See if they want to do it that way and let them file it. So, you can do it that way, or you can just pay it off for the 1099-A and go from there.
Yeah, Radiant Clone. I watch Radiant Clone, and that person has all of Patrick Devine's stuff up. His teaching is definitely by Patrick Devine.
And guys, if y'all find some stuff that, helps us, send it to us. I mean, we're looking into everything, guys, to make this process go smoother. I don't know if we mentioned, but we do have a call after our live tonight. We will be on the phone with Chris Hauser for a little while. I texted him today and he got back with me. And so we are going to have a call with him tonight and kind of discuss a few things and see what he has information wise and what direction he can lead us to help you guys. Because if it wasn't for his throwing it out there about being a trustee and helping somebody, you know, then, you know, I don't think Tara would have ever, you know, come up and said, let's help some people and help them understand. And then somebody else said, well, you know, can y'all be the trustee and make it easier if y'all are able to do that? And so we had already toyed with the idea, but didn't know if we wanted to do that. But it took, you know, Chris Hauser planting that seed, and then, you know, and then somebody else kind of watering it a little bit for this to grow. And it has grown crazy. So,
hey, if anybody, someone's asking about solar panels to rely on so that you don't have to pay, so you can rely on yourself and not pay companies. If you know of a company that will take a 1099-A on solar panels, please let me know, because there's people within the group that I believe would buy them if they could use their 1099-A. So I'm definitely willing to build a network here of people that will accept a 1099-A for payment. I have some friends that are already doing that for their businesses. And once we see them get the funds and things like that, we're going to start building a list. I don't know if y'all saw that in the Netherlands today, there was a med bed that was rolled out. They did a brain surgery and there's no downtime. The person was able to go home. There was nothing invasive about it. So just another reason that I believe that we haven't had NESARA announced, but there's some things with it that have rolled out. That technology in the Netherlands today, if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's on Rumble, BitChute, somewhere you can find it. I'll post it in our Telegram page from where I read it from earlier. So, but I thought that was really cool and interesting that someone was able to get a brain surgery through a med bed today.
Renee, we see that. We'll write that down, get with you.
And guys, we're working with several people. I'm sorry, some of you are going to be waiting. We have about 30 people in the waiting list that are evicted and homeless. Okay, homeless with children. If your heart doesn't sympathize with those people above you wanting a roof over your head and you already have one, then God bless, but we have to put them in front of everyone else because they have nothing, okay? So we're going to move them up to the top of our list, and those are our priorities always. We've got to get those people houses.
And with the vehicle repossession, I mean, you're still going to have to wait to get the funds to get a car. So, you know, I don't know, you know, how to do anything faster on that side of things, but
we have invited some dealers into our group here. We have invited them to watch our lives. We've invited them to come on and to learn this process, and we're hoping and praying that some dealers will wake up to this process and be willing to work with us. But as of now, we're at the grassroots level, and we're doing the best we can to get the word out.
And if y'all know any dealers, I mean, if you're going into a dealership to look at buying a car with your 1099-A and they don't understand the process, give them the link. Tell them, hey, go check this out. This is the process. You know, go watch these guys, watch Chris Hauser, watch Midwest, watch, you know, whoever, pass the links along, give them the information. Don't go in there and then, you know, expect that they're going to file your 1099-A because they honestly don't know what to do with it. Or, you know, they're going to take it and they're going to send it to corporate and corporate's going to say no.
They took ours. They took ours and we thought we were getting the truck. They ordered it. We signed the paperwork. Got the VIN number. We signed it just like we bought the car and left for the RV and for the Toyota truck. Okay. We did both of them. and they both took the 1099A. And then on the RV, I was told that was on a Saturday. On that Tuesday, they came back to me and said they wouldn't take the 1099A. I wanted to talk to the CEO. He called me and left me a voicemail because I had my phone off, do not disturb. And I called him back, got his voicemail, wanted to know why he wasn't willing to take the 1099A. Well, because they only take cashier's check, money order, a loan, or cash. Well, it's the same thing. You need to educate yourself on negotiable instruments and what that means. Under HJR 192 of 1933, under 15 USC 1692 A through K, you really need to educate, because we're in a grassroots movement that's growing by the day. And you're in grave danger as a corporation if you don't educate yourself on negotiable instruments. I sent a conditional acceptance. They still have my 1099A. The people at the local level were fine with helping me. They wanted to learn the process too. But when you throw it up to corporate, you get back down. Then they don't want to do it anymore. So corporate knows what they're doing, but they don't want the local people to know what they're doing. Same thing happened with the Toyota. We paid for that car just like we were going to drive off with it. Got the VIN number, everything signed off on. Got an email that the truck has been shipped. 3 weeks later, we're sitting here thinking that they filed our 1099A and the funds should be coming. They didn't file the 1099A. They called us 3 weeks later and said corporate said no. Corporate said that they aren't going to accept that form of payment. So we sent them a conditional acceptance. Again, they still have our 1099A. They told us we could come pick it up. We haven't had time to go get it, but they have it still. But sent the conditional acceptance. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. So here we are trying to figure it out and trying to get people to understand and wake up. I mean, they're in grave danger, because if we all go to the same dealership and they all tell us no, or this one company, just say most auto dealers have multiple dealerships. Okay. A lot of them have anywhere from 10 to 20 to 30 stores under their umbrella. If we go to their stores, even if 3 or 4 of us go to the same store or a store within their umbrella, and they deny our negotiable instruments, and we conditionally accept them, and we actually follow through and file a lien on them like we're supposed to, imagine what that would do to their company, and tell me then that they wouldn't wake up. So I think that we need to come together, get a lien in place, that we can send the lien more easily, so that we're not spending forever trying to create it. And then start liening these people, because the more people that get liened, the more people that are going to wake up to this process.
Yes, Lori Cole, the UCC 3603, if they're not returned for deficiencies, it's considered discharge. You're right, but they're not discharging the debt. They're still sending me a payment, or they're still they're still sending me a bill. They're asking for a payment. So they don't care. They don't care about the UCC codes. They don't care about the negotiable instrument.
They're tyrants. We're dealing with tyrants. They have a lot of people on their side that back them up with the way that the world works. And we're just a few people out here that to them are going to do nothing. I mean, really and truly, we're a bunch of conspiracy theorists that are out here that aren't really a threat to them. And until we make it to where we are a threat, they're going to continue to not consider us a threat. And yes, if you have a car dealership that has accepted the 1099A all the way through the process, and you have the vehicle, please share their information, not so I can send the whole group. Okay. I'm not going to send the whole group to the dealership, but we have people that don't have a car. We have people that do not have a vehicle that need one. And those are the people that need their help. So if you know of a dealership that is willing to take it and really see it all the way till the end, please let us know so that we can help people that need help. That would be so much appreciated.
And guys, we're going to help everyone. You know, not just the people that are in desperate need of help. We're going to get everybody filed and help. So don't worry about that. We're going to help everyone that we can help in the situation. Everybody's looking for something a little better, something to put their kids in. You might be in an apartment and you're ready to get out of an apartment. You might be in a house that you've been paying rent in that you've outgrown. You've got 3 kids and you're in a 1-bedroom house or 2-bedroom house and you really need a 3-bedroom house or 4-bedroom house. Yes, guys, we understand. We're in the same situation, guys, as you are. We are not living in what we consider, you know, the situation we want to live in. We would like to have a little bit of land so that we can, when our kids come to visit, we're not all packed into one house. We want our own house, guys. We don't own our own house. We rent a house. We want our own house. So, you know, it's everybody, guys. We're not just trying to put other people ahead of the others, but you know, some people have some dire needs that are like really need to be put up ahead, but we're getting to everybody. So just be patient with us, guys. This is
yeah. And I am confirming that, you know, these people are really in dire need. I've had eviction notices sent to me. I've had foreclosure notices sent to me. So I am confirming that we are helping the people that really need it. Just lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me in a minute. Let's see. Oh, I was a single mom too, and I was so tired of drowning. I understand and I sympathize with single moms. Really, it tugs at my heartstrings, to be honest. So we're going to do everything we can to help those situations. I've been in those situations and I don't want kids to suffer if we can help them. Okay. Because at the end of the day, the kids are the ones that suffer. The kids are the ones that suffer through divorce. The kids are the ones that suffer through homelessness, through a single mom struggles. The kids suffer for that. So we're definitely gonna help those people for sure.
I'm not picking and choosing who I acknowledge. I've talked to lots of people. I can't get to everyone, guys. If I spent every day on the phone talking to every one of you guys that has emailed me, and by the time I got through, I wouldn't be able to file any paperwork. You know, the last 2 weeks, I went to bed every morning at 4 o'clock. I got up at 8 o'clock. I still work, guys. I still have a real estate business. I still do I still do physical therapy. And I'm volunteering my time. So, you know, to do this and to help you guys. This is not something that I have to do. If y'all want to find another trustee that's willing to take their time out of their day and do it, by all means, go. That's all I have to say. Go. It doesn't matter to me. I didn't want the 11,000 views. I didn't want all this stuff, but I'm willing to help you guys. And if you can't understand that, then I'm sorry. Figure it out. Go find somebody else and just send me an email and say, I'm going with somebody else. And I'll say, good, take care, because I don't have time for it. I'm busy, very busy.
We have a lot of disrespect going on. Okay. A lot of disrespect going on within our Telegram and within our emails because we haven't gotten back to people. We are doing the best we can. We have 9 people behind the scenes working with us. Okay. And all 9 of us together are still behind. So, so please, we are really, really and truly getting a lot of people that, honestly, if you're disrespectful to us with what we're trying to do, I don't want to work with you. I like to work with good, honest, nice people that are willing to help humanity and that are willing to wait and see this thing through and understand that we're doing this out of the kindness, goodness of our hearts, to try to, make this world a better place. But if you're not in that fight with us, then honestly, we're not the trustees for you. And that's okay. To each his own. Everyone has their opinions and can do what they want to do.
Alyssa, if that's the case, get them to us. I mean, we're trying. I can't catch every email, I promise. I mean, guys, just like I said, if I get out there and got on the phone with somebody and talked to them and they told me they sent me something, by the time I get off the phone, it's buried. I can't get to all of it. So please, if you're going to be in a situation that you could lose your home or something in the next couple of weeks, get with us.
And if we don't get with you, go into Telegram and get with one of our admins, and they will write your name down and make sure that we have it. Okay. Because I have 400 DMs in my Telegram channel.
And I promise we're trying to stream. We didn't expect this to grow like this, guys, and as fast as it did, and as many emails and texts and all this stuff. So we are working as hard as we can. We're going on little to no sleep. Yesterday I was dead. I was sick. I passed out, finally caught up to me, plus some stomach bug that's going around that I got. So we're doing is what we can to do everything. So, and guys, all of you guys are helping that are sending us information, because everything you're doing is helping speed up the process. And as this gets more and more and it grows like it's growing, then, we're going to reach out and we're going to try to, we'll do other things so that people can do this, but we're trying to just mainstream a system for people to learn. And once we're able to just teach it, because we're not getting anything on the education. Once we know the process and can do it and it's successful, when we have some success with this, guys, we're going to spread it so everybody can figure out knows how to do it. Realtors, brokers, car dealers, and then we're not having to worry about it. I don't want to give a bunch of information out to somebody and then it not, not work. Then we look like a bunch of crazy people spreading a bunch of BS, and that's just not who we are, guys. The only reason we're doing this is because we believe in what Hauser is saying. We believe in what Midwest is doing. We believe in what Patrick Devine said. And guys, we've been fighting all this stuff with the voucher, with the conditional acceptance, with the sending the 1099A. The only one 1099A that's worked for me is the Verizon bill so far. So, we're in this to figure it out, to make sure that it's streamed, simplified, and everybody can get this stuff and get the things that they want, guys.
Yeah, sorry for our frustration and our tone. We're usually not like that at all, but it's gotten a little out of control the last few days. And here's the deal. Also, I just want to. I'm very big on respect. I don't know if it's because I'm a middle-aged woman or what it is, but if you disrespect the people that are helping us behind the scenes, you're gone from our channel. Okay. That's not the community I want. That's not what I signed up to do here. That's not, I don't want you disrespecting the people that are working hard behind the scenes to help us out and to help you, all of you out. So, I know in the chat, there's someone calling one of our admins rude. Not the case. Our admins would not be rude if they didn't have a reason to be rude. So, I will stand up for them 100% of the time, because I watch what goes on in Telegram and they have my full permission to block anyone disrespectful. It's not the community I want. The Verizon info, I don't know what I pinned on the example, but the example that I pinned on paying off the bills is how we did it online. You can do it either by paper. We did ours by paper, actually. He did the accept for value and a 1099-A in paper form, and that's what worked for him, Serena. But the example is in Telegram, exactly how we filled it out.
Chief, the 8888 has not been any faster. Yeah, everybody keeps saying the 1199A, the 8888, haven't seen any results. Nothing's faster. Until somebody can prove to us that it's faster, or we can actually show that it's faster, then we'll put it out there. Everybody keeps saying it, but it hasn't worked.
Or show us the process. If you're trying to help, if you're really trying to help us, then show us the full process of what we need to do. We've gotten, and I appreciate, we've gotten bits and pieces of what we need to do. Then I've reached out to the people I need to reach out to see how those processes work. I've registered, I've signed up, I've signed our business up. I've done everything that I've been told from all of you who I've talked to, but no one has told me the full entire process of what I need to do. And Proton Dan, man, I wrote that down. So I'll see if I can reach out to you. I'm not sure if I have your information, but if you're in Telegram, I'll reach out there. Let's see. And then Ryan, I have your information down too.
Yeah, so I'll try to figure out how to put the agreement in the link on the YouTube, guys. I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, so I will get with the guys who are trying to lock our agreement and make it so that it can't be edited anymore. And I'll see if they can help me to put it into the YouTube link. Also, I'll add it to Rumble. We do have a Rumble channel just in case YouTube decided to take us down. So
yeah, we have a Rumble channel. If you want to follow us on Rumble, we're there too. We're not live on Rumble right now, but we have our videos up on Rumble. So if you have family members or friends or something like that you're referring to our channel and they're Rumble people, because we are, then you can refer them there. All of our videos are up on Rumble.
Yeah, we know Midwest is working to get some stuff turned around in 72 hours. You know, we've listened to some of that. We've checked into some of that stuff. Same thing that they're looking at. Like I said, we haven't heard anything back from anybody. It hasn't been anything else we can do except for register the stuff that we've registered. So, you know.
Let's see. Let's see. We're just
Teresa, I haven't had I did mine paper-wise on the 1099-A. I sent it directly to them and they filed it. But we've or Tara drafted a template that you can actually send your copy B to the CEO of the company. It is on the Telegram page. It's a template that tells them what basically to do with it, you know. So yes, I will look out for the U.S. Marine Corps family. I definitely will get that email from you, Alyssa. I mean, that's a good idea, Lexi. Maybe we can, Tara and I can just do a quick live or a quick video and put it up on YouTube, and you guys can take it and pass it out to dealers. And just us explaining the process and not having to answer, questions or anything. It's just us explaining the process on what they need to do.
I'm willing to do a Zoom call with them or whatever we need to do. Anybody that wants to learn the process from a corporate standpoint that can't learn it from our lives because it goes over other things. If they really want to know the process, I'll do a Zoom call with them and go over everything. Your
CEO of child support should be whoever your Secretary of State is.
Attorney General.
My bad, Attorney General of State. I know here in Texas, it's
Ken Paxton.
But yeah, whoever the Attorney General is, that's who you're going to refer all that to. So send it directly to him or to her, whoever it is. Include them in the conditional acceptance. Make sure they are part of that. Make the Attorney General of the state, the Attorney General of the United States, Inc. part of that.
Oh, also, I know I've had some questions about, I knew it would come back to me. This is what I was going to say earlier. If I've had some questions about people wanting to know if they can help family members that are elderly and can't use the computers like we can to fill out their 1099As. Here's the deal. I'm okay with that if you're helping them, as long as it is they're aware of it and they're giving you permission to do that, and that they're the ones purchasing the home or the car, because I'm going to identify everyone before I send out the funds. I am not sitting in front of you, so anybody could tell me that there's somebody that they're not, okay? And I can't identify them from being, this far away. So I want to just let you know that whenever you go to sit down at the title company, or you go to sit down at the dealership or the RV dealer or whoever, they're going to want identification, and I'm going to request that identification as well, because I'm not going to send the funds if the ID does not match the person's trust, basically. So if it's a trust number that doesn't match up, those funds are going to get sent back to the Treasury, and I'm going to tell them that this is not the person that requested the funds. And then I don't know how they're going to take it from there, but that's not on me. So please make sure that whoever's purchasing the home or the car or whatever it is the one that is requesting the funds, because the identification process will happen. It's just happening on the back end and not the front end.
Yeah, guys, because we just got our title stuff for whenever our funds come into close, and it said on there first thing, you must provide ID or identification at closing to be able to sign documents. So, they're going to want to know who you are, and we're going to need to verify that as well for the money to come. So,
the paper 1099, you only need to fill out one part of it. The other two, it says do not tear, but you can cut those. You don't have to use all three of them. Don't void them out. There's people that need 1099A hard copies. Just leave those blank and either send them to us or cut it and keep it for yourself. But you don't have to use all three on the page.
They work no matter what, guys. They're a check. They'll work. They're just like a check. They go through their scanner the same way.
And I know that Chris did mention us last night on his live. He said the only thing that he would maybe recommend in our process is that once everybody does get a 1099A, you can do a correction and sign your beneficiary signature to the back and endorse it. You can do that as well. So if you're filing online and you want to send that in, you don't have to send that to us. You can just directly send that to them. I would probably wait and try to get your funds and then do a correction on it. After we've gotten that, so it doesn't confuse the process, but you can do the correction on it. And
Veronica, on the 1099A for the online process, you're going to create the account. When you go in and put all your information in, create your account, then you're going to file anew. You're going to pick the 1099A, the 2021. You're going to, where it says payer, you're going to add a payer or add a lender. And you're going to do business. You're going to do, you're going to put the business, the Treasury's EIN number, their information, their address, their phone number, their email address. We'll put all that, make sure all that is in the Telegram channel. And then when you go to borrower, you're going to put all of your information in there, your social, all of that. And then you're just going to save and continue. And then you're going to submit it online. You will get a copy B back. And when you get that copy B, you'll be able to download it into a PDF file and send it to us so that we can print it off, or you can post it in the DMs on Telegram, and I can print it off from there.
You can email the paper forms to us if you want to reach out on email. I've got a couple of other people helping me with emails. So if you just put address in the subject line, just address in the subject line, you don't even have to have anything in the body of it. They'll reply back with the address that you need to send the paperwork to for a hard copy 1099A.
Okay, Dwayne, I see that. It'll be tomorrow because I got a phone call later on that I'm going to be on for a good bit tonight. Chris, yeah, I got the email. I'll get it. I'll check into let's see, who else did I see? Thanks. Hey, Van Gogh, appreciate it. I'll invite Chris to the channel so that he can come into it.
He's in it.
He is in the channel? Okay. Okay. So if he's in it, then that's good. So if you end up with a different price, that's kind of the 80-20. If you got a little bit left, we'll figure out maybe you need to, you might have to buy a little extra furniture, or you might have to do something else to get that spent down to make sure that it's, at that 20%. And I know I keep seeing people say, what's the 80-20? That's stuff that we've learned with Chris. That's some things that we've learned. But we're still digging into that, guys. We just want to make sure that, we're not giving back too much when we're not supposed to. And also, guys, hey, look here. Tomorrow from 4 to 5:30, I'm going to be in the Telegram channel doing a call. So all you guys can join in.
We both are.
Okay.
In all of this time that we've been working on your paperwork, he forgot he had a wife. Okay.
Okay, we're both going to be in there. I didn't know if she was going to join me.
He completely forgot he had a wife, and that was my decision. I'm the one that brought that up.
Okay, so we're going to both be in Telegram tomorrow on the call. And so that way we can answer questions for you guys. So, you're a Postmaster General. Yes. All right. Brian Faulkner. I'm going to write your name down, Brian. Definitely. If you're a Postmaster General, we definitely could.
We definitely need to connect because our guy's not delivering our mail to our door anymore. So if you send us a package that you want us to sign for, we have to go chase either the mailman down, or we have to go to the post office and either sign for it. And if they don't have it, then they tell us that they sent it out, but we can go ahead and sign. It's a nightmare.
So 4 o'clock Central Time zone, guys. I'm in Central Time. So no, copy B is going to go copy B. If it's a bill pay, we don't get that. Basically, the template that Tara created to send to the CEO for bills. Take your copy B and certify mail it to the CEO. That'll help to make sure they get it, you know.
Yeah, I would put those 18 USC codes on there too, to let them know that if they're tampering with the mail when it's addressed to the CEO, that they can be named in the lien. So because regional acceptance, I've already put a conditional acceptance into her. And I don't know if she's the administrative assistant or whatever, but a bunch of people on Chris's channel have gotten a response from her, and no one asked her for a response. So we named her in the lien, the conditional acceptance. We named her. So, and we sent her a copy of it.
Appreciate that time conversion, Serena. So 2 p.m. Pacific time, guys.
Yeah, we want to do it at that time because I know a lot of people get on Chris's. He has that deal with Tad on the phone call on Thursday nights, and I don't want anybody to have to be on with us when we all learn from him. So, so that's why we're doing our Q&A during that time frame. I know it's not the most convenient time for people that work, but we're trying to just help with those who can jump on and, you know, jump in and out.
Yeah, Dwayne, I'll talk to you about it, and we'll get you an invite back in. We're good. If there's, unless it's something that's been really bad, I'll go ahead and give y'all, put some people back in. And then, you know, it's going to be up to the admins, honestly. If y'all get booted again for some stuff, then we'll just have to trust their decision on everything, guys. So
I know if you're coming in there without a name, and you're coming in there with a bunch of numbers and stuff that looks weird, you might need to change it up a little bit because of all the fraud that's going on and the scams behind the scenes. We're really making sure that people are people that, you know, to let into the Telegram. We're just very strict with the community we're trying to grow here, and we want everybody to stay like-minded and know the path that we're all on and that we're all on this journey together. So
we should hopefully know some stuff the week of the 25th on a lot of things, guys, if the 10 days is correct. You know, that's what we're kind of banking on, the 10 days, to see if that's actually correct. So
we're in a little bit different situation. The people that we're buying from, we have our stuff in title, and they aren't in a hurry to move. Okay. They hadn't found their place. They didn't. So they might not even be ready to move if we do get the funds at the end of May, but we're in a bit of a different situation, but we put earnest money down. So, and
we can also break the group up so that you know, we can put a 1099-C in there. I know that there might have been some questions, and that's why somebody said that they got, and that way we can educate each other, guys. I mean, there's
just not much to say about the 1099-C, to be honest. It's the financial institution has to file that. We're not supposed to file that. Patrick Devine said we could file that in the past, but the 1099-A has kind of taken over that 1099-C that Patrick was talking about. So I don't think we need to make a file for 1099-C, because really and truly the financial institutions have to pay that off with that form. But we can break it down into purchasing cars or homes or some learning about the process. You know, we can break it down into different ways so that you can go into the subcategory that you're interested in learning about.
There's a link in the description here in YouTube that has the Telegram link to it. And as far as, are we both answering emails? if you've sent me an email and it's gone to Tara, there is probably a chance that we've both answered it. If we haven't answered it, we've put it into the Jarrett Realty email and we have somebody else answering it. But if she put it in there, I might have put it in there too. So you might get 2 responses.
But we're also working on the Jarrett Realty Investors email. You know, we have some great people that are helping us, but they're making folders for things that we have to attack in those folders. So, so if we haven't gotten to you again, we will. We're just doing the best we can. So,
health insurance, you're going to probably just need to file a 1099-A with them and see if they'll pay for it, or file the OID and the 1096 and everything. If not, then you're basically going to have a trustee that's going to be able to get the funds for you and pay your health insurance, you know, a year at a time. So, but
I don't know anything about paying taxes on crypto. I don't know. W8BEN for everything is what I tell everyone. W8BEN. If you're employed, W4V. And a W8BEN. That way you're double protected.
Yeah, there was a postal codes posted in Telegram there was an envelope that I posted in there that had all of the codes on it. But I also got somebody sent me an email with a bunch of stuff on postal information that I am trying to read through so I can get some more information about that, guys. So, you know, just to make sure that we're all on the same page and everything will go through smooth and get it. So,
there is no code that says to file the W8BEN. That's what we are supposed to file to prove that we're the beneficiary and not responsible for taxes. So,
what country do you add on it? Don't put, you can leave that blank, because you're not a U.S. citizen. So, but you need to be prepared for them to come back and say, if you're not a citizen, then you need to prove how you can work here. You probably are better off filing that directly to the IRS yourself instead of giving it to a company.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you're supposed to give it to the company too. But you put your address as whatever your city is.
yeah,
and you spell out your state name, because if you spell out your state name, you don't have to have the zip code. The zip code is because you're abbreviating the name, all corporate stuff from the United States and how they created things. But if you put non-domestic on it, then it proves you foreign. And then you could put that you are part of the republic.
Oh, because the 1111 Constitution Avenue is 20224 is the zip code, and it will accept that. 1111 Constitution Avenue Northwest 20224-0002. If you want to put all of it in there, it will accept that. But it does not. The 20220 is not the zip code for it. So,
so that's how we need to do it.
Okay, thanks, Brian. That's some good information there. We'll get all that. So, all right, guys, we've been going an hour and 45. We're going to get some other templates up. We haven't been able to get everything up on the Telegram. One of the templates that we'll put up, you can actually edit the conditional acceptance to do it for child support, for car loans, for whatever. So use the conditional acceptance and put in there whatever you're looking to put, and who it's going to be directed to. It doesn't have to be one for each thing. The one that Tara has actually done and the ones that we've used, we just edit it to make it who we want it to be to. We don't have it one for child support, one for bills, one for this. We just change who it's got to go to, because most of the things they have to prove and most of the language in there pertains to everything that you're doing. So, but
okay, so not sure that we're going to be back anymore this week. We're going to do the Q&A tomorrow night. This weekend, we're going to take off again and spend with family for Easter, and I hope that you all will do the same. I mean, we might possibly come back on Friday night. I don't know yet, though. We're not going to commit to that. If we do, we'll let you know. But for sure, tomorrow night, we're going to, or tomorrow afternoon, we're going to do our Q&A so we can help kind of relieve some questions that maybe you've emailed us and we haven't answered back. That's a good time to jump on and get your question answered. If you're waiting on us for something, you've emailed us and you're waiting, again, tomorrow will be a good time to jump on and get your questions answered so you're not waiting on our email. Let's see.
Anybody that has extra certified slips they want to send, if you would just email us at the Jarrett Realty Investors at gmail.com and just put in the subject line certified slips, I will send you our address. So
can someone drop in the Telegram channel so that other people can see? There's some people wanting to get into the Telegram channel. I guess it can't or don't have the link to get in. So if someone would drop that in there before we leave, that would be helpful.
Okay, Van Gogh. I got it. I see it. I'll let her know. Thank you. Our Telegram is.
I have a list. I write the whole time we're going here.
Our Telegram is on mute. Okay, I will let the guys know. So. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and close in prayer, and we'll
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you, and we just thank you so much for this time that you've allowed us to spend with one another. Lord Jesus, we hope that you would just watch over and protect each and every one of us as we travel to family over the weekend to celebrate your Son's resurrection. And Lord Jesus, I pray that as we go about each and every day, Lord Jesus, that you would just guide us, help us to help others and bless others, help us to share your word and the words that you want us to share to wake people up and to make your world a better place. And it is in Jesus, your precious and holy Son's name, that we pray. Amen.
Amen, guys. Y'all have a great weekend. Have a great Easter. Look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow on Telegram.